Hello. Welcome to Kramer and Jess Uncensored. we have new friends today. New friends! For the very first time, we are putting this live on the Kramer and Jess Facebook page as well. Okay? And we have been very hesitant to put it on there. And so first off, let's explain what we're doing here. In case you're brand new to this, you could be listening to the podcast. You could be watching live all over the world on our YouTube or our Facebook. Jess, what is our Uncensored podcast?
Our Uncensored podcast is like the Instagram feature Close Friends. So stuff that you post on Close Friends are usually only for a certain amount of people, not for everyone. Yep. And that is what the Uncensored podcast is like.
If you're easily offended or you hate our radio show, it's a great time to leave.
Yeah.
Right? So
also, no kids, not for kids either.
No, if you're sticking with us, though, you're in, baby. Yeah. Buckle up for this one, for this bad boy. So why, Jess, have we been hesitant to put this on Facebook? And this is a test. This may not even be, by the time we're done with this show, it may not even be on Facebook
Yeah,
anymore.
we might delete it.
What's our hesitation with putting this on Facebook?
I think we have waited 2 years to go live on Facebook.
It's been 2 years.
Because it's a very different side of us and the show. It is nothing like the on-air show.
No.
So we've just been living in like two separate worlds a little bit.
And keep in mind that the Facebook page was inherited from the other radio shows. And it's through the course, I think the page was started in 2013 and it through the course of time has changed names, this and this, this and this, this and this, this and this. So,
and this is always available, by the way. Like this has been going on for 2 years, but we have just basically kept it from our Facebook page for 2 years.
Yeah. So you're just new to this possibly, but you can always interact with us. If you're watching it live on Facebook, you can always interact. We're always watching it and putting you up there. Sam, who is watching on our YouTube channel, Jess, you want to explain? He said, y'all just can't be adding randos to the group chat like this. We exclusive. Even Jess, like, are you sure?
I asked him like 5 times, Sam. I asked him 5 times.
It's just time. Like, it's just, we got to start bringing this together. And
do we? Okay.
I don't know. Again, if we get one complaint, I swear to God, we'll pull this thing off Facebook so fast.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And like maybe it doesn't need to live there. I'm not sure. Hey, Megan, watching our first
Good
Facebook,
morning.
our first Facebook comment. Feel free to complain. It's just because Facebook bashed us so hard when we first got here, and so I think we've been kind of hesitant of just putting like easily digestible content on Facebook because we listen, we understand most of you didn't subscribe to Kramer and Jess in the first place.
Yes.
So Angela, thank you. Angela's coming over from our Facebook page.
Good morning.
You all are awesome. That is so, we love to see the positivity from Facebook. So just know we say cuss words, we're talking about bad things. That's your heads up. Jess has no idea what's about to happen.
Like usual.
Yeah. I wanted to hide this from you because I didn't want to give you much time to overthink it.
Okay.
We have special guest on today. Let me actually get them on first. They are going to remain anonymous for this podcast.
Okay.
We're going to be referring to them as A1 and A2.
What's the vibe right now?
Curious. I think everyone's a little curious.
Okay.
You should be curious. They should be curious. Everyone's just a little.
A1 and A2.
A1 and A2. Hi, guys. Welcome to our podcast.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. By the way, fun fact about A2. A2 has COVID right now.
Aww.
And I'm like, you sound fantastic for having COVID.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
We're so
still doing
annoying.
this.
You probably just want to kick it. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm glad that I sound okay.
No, you sound great. You sound good.
Is this the first time that we are talking to A1 and A2 like ever?
You don't know A1 or A2 personally.
Okay.
You don't. But if you're like me and are active on our social media, you may actually know them through their Instagram handle.
Okay.
And A1, A2, what is your Instagram handle?
So, Jess, we are the Baltimore Paranormal Society.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're very excited to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to you. Oh, my God. Why do I want to cry?
So
is this a good surprise or a bad surprise?
No, it's a good surprise, but I kind of want to cry. Oh, but I can't explain. Okay, I'm excited.
All right, so let me explain how this all came together. Is I was going through our Instagram, our Kramer and Jess Instagram, and I saw a comment that said something about A1, do you remember the exact comment that you wrote on there?
Oh gosh, I think A2 was that. Were you the first
or
one?
was it A2?
reached
Sorry,
out?
I forget which A
Yeah.
is A now.
I
At this
want-
point.
Can't
I
remember
want
which
someone to
one I
be-
am. Am I A1 or A2?
I don't even remember. Whichever A is A.
Wait, can someone be R2D2 just for fun? Like just for fun. I like need that for myself. It's fine. I don't know.
So we do realize that is confusing, the A1 and A2. If it helps to make things easier, the male is A1, the
Okay.
female, I am A2.
Okay. All right.
And we are just anonymous for now because some stories affect especially my family, and I definitely don't want to put out stories from my childhood that trigger my mom yet.
Sure.
Absolutely. No, totally fine. We completely understand, and you don't have to explain that at all.
Yeah, but I was actually the one to first comment because, as I told Jess lightly, through some meditations, Jess had just sort of popped up, and it was kind of bizarre for me. Meditation and manifestation is fairly new to me, and this is how all of this sort of came about. My friend and I really started to spiritually connect, and I was telling him that I've been doing my meditations, but this woman keeps coming into my mind, and I don't know why.
And it's Jess.
And it's Jess.
All of a sudden, you've popped up. And
what am I doing? Am I like, hey girl, or like, you know?
What's up?
Yeah. How am I intruding, or like, can you kind of explain that to me, or like, how am I coming up in meditation?
Yeah, so pretty much when I am meditating, especially recently, I'm really focused on what I want out of this meditation. So I do think about what I want for myself, family, and friends. And I do go through a meditation process and then sort of let my mind take over.
Mm-hmm.
And, usually I do see images of my family and friends. So then I was a little off put when I know this woman somehow, Jess.
Yeah, from the radio show.
Pretty much it's just a vision of you, again, very positive vibes. And I do have a history of seeing auras, and one reason that we're nervous interviewing is because I know how this can sound to some people.
No,
Crazy.
Listen, we
are the people. We are not those. We are like
we're all about.
We're
this.
about it.
We don't even know what half of it means. We're like, if it's about us, we're like, tell us everything.
No, not even that, but like energy, aura, spirituality, whatever. Like this is a very open and welcoming space. You don't have to be embarrassed at all. Like we are all about it.
So when you do these meditations and you see Jess, like what are you seeing?
So I did see Garage Boy one time, and I had to dig into Instagram to know who Garage Boy was.
Weird.
So before you even saw him in real life,
he was in there?
Yes, at one time. And then, of course, I went to stalk Jess's Instagram of like, oh, okay, so this is who this woman's in a relationship with.
Yeah, you're like, who is this man with fantastic hair?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic hair and wonderful tan, handsome skin, handsome man.
Yeah, good looking dude.
But that Garage Boy, I only saw one time, and then Jess did appear 2 more times, but they are just images, very positive images of Jess pretty much smiling with different auras around her. And probably the most vibrant was when it was so overwhelming with the shades of purple around her and just warmth. When I told A1 about it, he did make a drawing of it, which I sent to you guys. And I think you did a really good job depicting it. You weren't covered in Mix 106.5 gear when I imagined it, but it was you with
we did a bad branding job then. We should have done better, even in aura state. We should, even in your meditation, we should have been plugging the show better, I feel like.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we were wondering kind of, why am I seeing Jess? And some of our friends have asked or told us what they're having a hard time in life, or can you help manifest, or how do you manifest for this and that? So I really reached out commenting, just trying to get your attention a little bit. Like, is there something going on with Jess in a positive way that maybe we could help with, or manifest, or just send good vibes?
Okay. Well, that's, first off, that's lovely of you.
Yeah, that was so
that's
sweet.
So nice. Jess, is there anything going on because you have to admit this is random as hell. Like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Jess from the radio pops up in her meditation, and she thinks possibly you could need some good vibes for something that's possibly going on behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, who reached out to me personally? Was it A1 or A2 that sent me the picture?
So
I
I
think
believe
A2
that
sent
was
it.
me
Wait,
who
who's
sent the
R2D2?
I believe that was A2 who sent you the picture, but A1 is the one who made it.
Okay.
And I just wanted to show you what his vision came in so that you could kind of see what I was seeing on paper form, which is one cool thing that I think that we're doing is my friend is any story we get and the volume we've gotten in just a week and a half is pretty heavy, but he's spending time making original artwork for everybody's stories that come. And I was just so kind of taken aback to see Jess kind of floating in front of me in a meditative state multiple times.
Yeah. So what do you, I mean, like as a professional or maybe an amateur to be professional, what do you like, or Jess, maybe the question is for you, like what is happening? Is there anything happening that we don't know about? Because I'm thinking about your life and it seems like things are pretty calm right now. I mean, family stuff, you've always got some family stuff going on, but is there anything that we don't know about that like?
I think right now I'm going through a pretty intense like transformation personally. And it's not something that we brought to the air because it's so like broad and vague. It's hard to kind of like pinpoint or kind of specify what exactly that is. But probably for the past couple of months now, I've been working really, really hard on self-growth and self-confidence and self-worth and like being really adamant on like trying to read self-help books and meditating every single morning. And I've always struggled with like confidence and believing in myself. And so I think right now I'm really trying to picture how I want my life to be personally and professionally, and like how I want my relationship to be, how I want my future family to be. And so I've just been really just active about like trying to envision what that is supposed to look like. And they actually you guys have reached out to me a couple of times before this last weekend, which is why like I knew who you were immediately. But when you reached out to me over the weekend before my panel, they had actually like they messaged me.
Jess was on a radio panel over the weekend in case you're
so we just went to Chicago and we went to a radio conference and I was on the panel for the first time, and I was kind of freaking out about going because the panel represented a lot of things to me. Like we were going to see people we haven't seen in a long time. Right. And, you know, I was a little nervous on how I was going to conduct myself and how people were going to treat me, seeing me now versus seeing me like, you know, from the past, because I'm a very different person now.
Sure. And you're in a very different role.
I'm in a very different role. And I was kind of nervous even meeting people for the first time and just having more eyes on me.
Right.
And I wasn't sure how I was going to handle that. And I like actually had been having a lot of different like spiritual sessions on just trying to stand in my own and not wanting to crumble and like revert to old habits that I've always had. And I wasn't sure how I was going to handle it. And before I went to, my family and I went through a really hard, difficult conversation. And I felt like a lot of things were happening leading up to that.
I have a question about Jess's life. You know, you said you saw Garage Boy, her boyfriend, in there as well. I mean, could this have anything to do with an engagement coming up?
Well, I know this question is for Jess, and that was one of my thoughts when I was trying to figure out everything about Jess' life that I could just via social media.
Yeah.
But then she did appear alone, so that's when I reached out to her asking, like, is there anything that like you really like want right now? Because I don't know. And I mean, if there is a possible engagement coming, like if there's anything, I mean, Jesse just gave a ton of information, but I would, you know, the more I know, I hope to see more images in my meditation. And usually they're my friends or family or coworkers. And so just to see Jess has been interesting.
For sure.
Like especially, it's just strange me talking to A1 where both a lot of our conversations are like something great is going to happen to this woman, Jess.
Yeah.
And,
And you guys actually
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
R2D2,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
R2D2. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is R2D2.
Okay.
I just wanted to say I don't have any powers.
Okay. You're just a cool artist, okay?
But over the weekend, I think when oh my God, I just said your name.
Oh,
It's
God.
okay. You're fine.
When
Oh, God.
A2
After all this.
No, you're fine.
after all this, when A2 was talking about that you had some big like convention this past weekend or whatever, we were like I just, to be honest, I never listened to the show before all of this, but I was like, let's manifest, let's
Wow.
hope that she has a good convention, and we were both thinking it on Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
So I'm a new fan now.
Well, that's amazing. Well, you guys are so cool. Like, what is your mission? Because you started this Baltimore Paranormal Society. Like, what are you guys doing? What's the purpose of this?
Go ahead, A1.
R2D2.
Okay. All right. So we started this literally like less than a week and a half ago, because we both have always been interested in kind of like the paranormal and supernatural.
Yeah.
I personally never had any like personal experiences. I always wished I had. I was like, how come I've never seen like a UFO when I was a kid? Like, I feel like everyone saw a UFO when they were a kid, or like had like spooky experiences. I didn't feel anything. But like I wish I did. So I've been trying to kind of learn about this meditation and manifestation.
Okay.
But it's also just a fun outlet for my artwork.
Yeah.
So it
No,
just
it's
kind of
cool.
it just kind of started as like we've been best friends for like 20 years.
Yeah.
We actually tried to start this as like a club like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Called Baltimore Paranormal, and I think there wasn't even like Instagram really around back then, so it just kind of died off. And then like a week and a half, we were like, what if we bring that back, the Baltimore Paranormal idea? And we just had no idea we would get this response from the local area. Like, I think we tapped into something that people really were looking for, maybe. I don't know.
The artwork is super cool too. Have you guys posted the Jess artwork on your Instagram yet? And if not, can you, so that we can like send people
Not
over
yet.
there?
Yeah, if it's okay with you, we'd love to share it.
Are you cool,
Yeah.
Jess?
Yeah. Totally.
So give us your Instagram,
that
because
was-
obviously, most of the things we're doing right now are completely audio unless you're watching the live stream. So how can we go see this picture of Jess that you guys have created from this meditation?
It is on Instagram, Baltimore_paranormal_society.
Boom. And we'll link it over in the show notes as well, so you guys can go see it. Well, we really fucked the names up today, but other than that, I think this went very, very well.
And can I say, and I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for sending me that message, because when you sent it, it was like something that I wasn't expecting at all. And I was like sitting in the conference room, just kind of like in my head a little bit. And so when you guys sent me that message, it meant so much to me. And I really appreciate you reaching out and telling me, and just reaching out to us too.
Yeah, you guys are cool.
Yeah, we really appreciate, being heard. And again, that we haven't talked to anyone about this besides ourselves yet. And we are, again, very surprised at the amount of people who have had experiences like us. And even though A1 says he has no powers, I want to give him a little bit of credit, has really tapped into this kind of supernatural world. And I mean, I'm more focused on energies, but he's definitely helped, I think, make some things happen.
No, it's
And
cool. I think you
our
guys are
kind of
a
mission
cool
is,
collaboration.
even though we're all about, we believe every story, we have aliens and Bigfoot stories and ghost stories coming. My goal for this overall is just to unite people and hopefully have some meetups, but also let people know the power of the mind and meditation. And, it's not like The Secret. Like, sure, I would love to lose 20 pounds and have $1 million.
Yeah, y'all got one for that?
When you have the right mindset, your life can really change. So that's kind of my biggest point to this. But we are getting a crazy amount of real ghost stories too, and all this stuff that's affected people's lives, and people want to be heard and not feel like a quack. So
well, it's a cool Instagram. Hopefully you guys can go check it out. They can post the picture they saw of Jess, and then we can kind of see what's going to come from that. It's Baltimore_paranormal_society. Yeah.
Yep. And if you search Baltimore Paranormal Society, it should pop up.
Okay. Well,
thank you so much, you guys.
You guys are so cool. This was so random to put together, but I'm glad we could. So thank you for reaching out to us.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you both so much.
Feel better. Talk to you guys soon, okay?
Bye.
Okay, talk to you later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Sounded great from COVID, by the way.
How crazy is that?
Are you getting engaged? Why did that pop in my head? I think as a psychic myself, Jess. But also I'm a paranormal society member.
I think it's weird how she saw him before she actually knew who he
Like
was.
when that garage boy, she said that.
I didn't know that. She didn't tell me that.
We haven't talked about engagement in a while. Well, there's plenty of podcasts in the future for us to catch up with. Okay, we got to move on because a lot to catch up from Vegas. Take a quick break and we'll come back and not Vegas. Where we go? Chicago.
Chicago.
The hell do we go? Chicago. And we'll do it right after the break. Okay. All right. So Jess and I were in Chicago over, it was like last week. Two things that we went in, two stories to finish here. I was concerned about Old Jess reemerging. And Old Jess, in case you're new, maybe you're watching on Facebook for the first time, maybe you're new to the podcast, maybe you're just new to us. If you knew Jess from just the Maryland show, you probably don't know Old Jess. Old Jess is a girl that I met like 7 years ago, and she was wild. Okay, like out of control party girl. But you were also 20. When did were you 24? I met you
Around there.
Yeah, you were just a kid. But like, it didn't really change much until we left California.
Yeah.
And so what was going to happen over the weekend was that Jess, keep in mind, first time that Jess was going to be away from Garage Boy
in 2 years.
In 2 friggin' years. On top of that, also, it was the first time that she was going to be reunited with Steph, who was another person that used to work on our show.
Mm-hmm.
Also, wild together, maybe double trouble.
Yeah, like one of my best friends in the world.
Yeah. How did we do? Did Old Jess reemerge?
Old Jess had low-key moments.
Wow.
But she did not reemerge completely.
What was the Old Jess? Tell me what reminded you of Old Jess.
Probably when we went out the last night to the club, when we went out, even then, like, I think she was she was hanging out, but like she didn't go full throttle. And that wasn't even on purpose. I think I just like, there was a little parts of me that wanted to be more reserved and aware, since it was like a work function.
But even that, like, you never said that. We wouldn't have said that 3 years ago.
No.
That wouldn't have been a concern of yours at all.
Because I had more responsibilities. Like, I was just kind of like, crap, like, I can't be hungover tomorrow. Crap, I can't be hungover for this. So I was just like more aware of it, you know? I think the only time that I fucked up was when I got too high and I had to go back to the hotel room.
How did you get too high? Because I feel like you typically, in case you're new,
if you are new, I
watching on Facebook, Jess does indulge in the marijuana.
Yeah.
From time to time.
Yeah, I indulge in the marijuana from time to time. But I used to be like, honestly, I used to be a stoner, straight up.
Yeah.
So, but my tolerance is completely different because I do not smoke as much as I used to.
How many times in the last year have you smoked, you think?
Please. Probably like, I'd say, only like maybe like once or twice a month, if that.
Okay.
Like in general.
Which typically.
It used to be every day. Multiple times a day.
Adventurer Jojo on our YouTube show has a great question. You can get too high?
Yeah, you can when the vibes aren't right. You can.
So how did you get too high? Because that reminds me of Old Jess.
So I got too excited. Again, I'm with my best friend, and see, she was in a different vibe because she had already done her panel.
Yeah.
So she's like flying free as a bird. I still had shit to do.
Yeah.
So
in case you don't know, Jess had to be on a panel of like what they call it, the
talent to watch.
Talent to watch. Up and coming, amazing new talent, and Jess was on that panel, which was very cool, by the way.
It was awesome. And so now this is the night before, and my friend, and then Stefan is like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
and I was like,
she's done. Yeah, she's checked out.
She's done.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. But
how was she, by the way?
She
was she old Steph? Because when I had lunch with her a month ago in Vegas, she was way more mature than she was when I didn't know if she had turned into quote unquote new Steph as well.
No, she popped off the last night. Like, she overdid it and was like struggling. On the flight home was not good for her.
Okay.
But we both talked about and agreed on the fact that, like, if this wasn't a work trip, it would have been all bad. Because that's what we were more concerned about.
Old Jess would have come out 100%, you think?
No, hundo P. Like, no reservations.
So
at
it's
all.
still there.
It's still
like
there.
you haven't moved past it yet. It is still part of you.
No, she's always going to be there.
It's
There's just a time and a place and an environment and a squad that she can only hang out with.
Help me out here, because I know there's like a superhero that does that, has like a demon inside of them that they have to like keep in. I feel like that's Old Jess inside of you.
She's
but
not
also,
a demon.
Like it's a demon.
It's not a demon.
It's a demon.
I don't. I look at it as like Beyonce refers to like Sasha Fierce.
Sasha
That's
Fierce
how I look at
Sasha
it.
Fierce doesn't get too high and have to go home.
No, but here's the
Doesn't
deal.
happen.
So my tolerance is nowhere near it used to be.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking and
Yeah.
I take an edible and I think that I can just do whatever the fuck I want and what I'm used to
You're
doing.
smoking and you take an edible.
Right.
Sounds like a lot.
So it's for that time, it is a lot for someone who is not doing as much as she used to do.
Sure.
And it was cool until it wasn't.
Okay.
Now we're all at the bar, and because this is a radio convention, everyone that is there is on the radio, which means we are all loud. We all have big personalities. Like there's a lot going on. We're all having a good time.
Sure.
And everything's cool. And then all of a sudden, the room starts to get smaller and everyone starts to feel closer and everyone starts to get really, really loud. And I could feel my face starting to look stoned. And I was like, I cannot be here. This is not the place to do this. And so I slowly, I felt like it took me 5 years to get to the elevator. Because I was like, I need to get out of here. No one can see me like this. Please, no one stop me. Please, no one like at all. And then I like leave and I had to text Steph and I was like, I gotta go. And then I get to the room and she comes in and I'm like, you know the meme with the little white dog? You know the little meme and the white dog in the bed and it's like fluffy and she's like in her hoodie and she's a very small dog and she's in the bed like this.
Yeah, kind of low key. I can like picture it.
Yeah, you're like, but I'm staying in or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was me in the bed. Like this is me. And I'm like, everybody just fucking chill. And then she comes in and I'm like, did that table get bigger or not? Like, I thought the table had gotten bigger for some reason. I thought it was like coming at me. And then she was like, no, dude. And I was like, all right, I just got to like relax for a second.
New Jess wasn't ready.
No.
She wasn't ready for Old Jess.
She did too much.
Yeah. And I was afraid of that. I was afraid the second you had some freedom, you would. Did you cheat on Garage Boy while you were there?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Thought I would check.
Sorry.
That's all right. It'd been a better story, I feel like. But so here's my dilemma going into boot camp is that I was going to meet up with a girl that I've known professionally for a very long time, but we were going to go on a date. And I was apprehensive about this because for a couple of different reasons. Well, number one, I have a very strong, I don't date people in the media for a couple of different reasons. Number one, because it's too much. You can't have two stars in the situation. And I say stars like we're all attention needy people in radio. Having two in the same room and trying to be like in a couple or even a date can be disastrous. So I stay away from that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Terrible. You can only have one. I
would almost think that it'd be nice because like they would understand.
Like imagine having two. Imagine if Garage Boy was like you'd hate it. If he's on Instagram all the time, hey, what's up, live, going like it's just you can't have two people like that.
Not really, because then I'd have someone to do TikTok dances with.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
I don't like it. I need somebody that has nothing to do with this industry. Nothing. I wanted to support me, but I just don't want anything to do with this whatsoever. But so we've had like a low key crush. She was actually gonna come visit at one point, that actually twice over the last 2 here to Maryland. Yeah. But two things happened and never worked out.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the first time that we were going to romantically hang out. Did you figure out who it was, by the way?
I didn't see you with anyone. The only person I saw you with was with a female standing next to the bathroom once. But I was like, what? I like went to the bathroom and I was like, hey, but you were just chatting.
Who was I talking to back to the bathroom?
She had a backpack on and she had short hair. No. Remember, I was like, what if I have to pee when I'm on stage? And she's like, go to the bathroom then.
Oh, Sarah Pepper from Real Short.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not.
No, I knew that. I knew that. But like, I no, like nothing. Because there's so many people there and everyone is talking to everybody. So there was no way.
Your boy keeps it low key. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep everything low key. Can't get my business out there.
Especially not there.
The vibe was not right.
Really?
It wasn't right. So I left. I didn't realize that we had a cocktail party we had to go to on Friday. I thought that we were done as of Friday at 5:00. So our plan was to go to dinner shortly after. We had dinner reservations for 6:30. And
the after party was like, no, you guys need to go to the after party.
Right. So I was like, shit, like our agent was like, you guys need to go. You need to go see everybody. I was like, okay. So we went. I'll tell you where I fucked up because we didn't leave. She didn't go to that, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. She just didn't. So
why not? Free food, free drinks. What the fuck?
hello. She, so I didn't. I was like, I'll let you know when I leave her. I didn't know. I didn't get out there till what time? I wasn't out there till like 6:45 maybe. So at this point, like it's been a long 2 days. She went out the night before. Like it was just. We were tired.
Yeah, no, morning show boot camp is the best thing ever, but it's fucking exhausting because you're out until like midnight and then you have to be at a panel at 8 a.m.
All
and
these
everyone's
medical,
and you're
it's a
drinking
lot.
constantly.
Our sleep schedule's off. We're sleeping in a hotel. It's just you're very tired.
Yeah.
So our plan was I'd found this this pizza restaurant that had vegan pizza, and I was like, well, let's go there. She's like, that's cool, whatever. Tell me why this is only a fucking Kramer situation. So we meet at, because I didn't stay at the hotel that everybody was staying at. I stayed at a hotel down the street. Shout out Pendry, by the way. They gave me a discount. That was a
Thank you,
hashtag
Pendry.
ad. So we met at my hotel, and tell me why. We get in this Uber, and this restaurant's about 25 minutes away. At this point, it's getting close to 7:00. Tired, hungry. We're both just kind of
Mistake number one. There's
Awful.
a shit ton of restaurants, and you pick one that's 25 minutes away.
Fucking vegan, bro. What do you want? What do you want from me? There's nothing. We couldn't find anything. So it was like, this is typically it would have been fine. Tell me why we get there. And it's like in a row. I just imagine it's a restaurant part of town, restaurants everywhere. And we walk up and I'm like, I wonder where this place is. I wonder where it is. And then I walk up and it's a fucking empty storefront.
No.
A for lease sign.
No.
And I was like, but I literally called on Wednesday.
And it was open?
To make sure that everything was good.
And they answered?
And they answered.
Weird.
So then I'm like, let me go with my call. Like I'm like, hey, I'm here, and it gave the cross streets. We moved last week and they're now 25 minutes
back
the other way. Like, no, not even close. It was like it was out.
Further.
So we were basically in an Uber for an hour.
Ooh.
We didn't get there till it was like maybe 7:30, 7:45. The restaurant was slow as shit. We were hungry. The vibe just wasn't right. Like,
you
it was
guys were,
fine.
like, tired.
We're tired. It just wasn't. It wasn't. No, there was no smashing. There was no kissing. There was no nothing.
Well, obviously no smashing because of the ant situation, I'd assume.
Yeah, the ants are better, by the way. In case you don't know, I get ant bites on my penis and asshole. So welcome, Facebook. It's a good one to welcome you guys too. But it was just whatever. I mean, I didn't expect much to come out of it. But like, how the fuck did y'all move in the last week and then not update your fucking address in?
Was it just not it though? Because I feel like in those kind of situations, obviously you guys are like hanging out, and it just like, was it just like too friendly?
It was just cool. It's just a cool long distance thing, you know, like just fun to flirt on the internet and just. It was fine, but like, am I going to turn my life upside down and try to go?
But there wasn't a spark.
No,
Okay.
not really. Not the way I would want there to be for someone that I would want to like pursue, especially in a situation like this where they live in a different city.
And that's fine.
Just, maybe we'll see each other again, but not, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot when they're in, it's just.
That's okay.
Anyway, there you go. That is, this is, by the way, this is our very first Facebook, Kramer and Jess. Do we have any bad comments on here? I don't think so.
Nice.
I think everyone's been super nice today. So in case you don't know, now there's many ways to check out this show. Hopefully you can check it out on the podcast. Our guy Hassan is on here today.
Hey.
Hassan is giving me names I don't understand.
No, he's when
from
you
DC
ask.
Comics.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of
I
this
am
means.
Raven from Teen Titans.
I don't know what any of that means. Hello. Oh, Adrian's just too busy watching Miguel and Holly's podcast. It's fine. There's got to be a priority.
No, that's our squad too. We love that.
We don't need to be it. It's fine.
We're radio fam.
Isabel. Hello. Thank you guys for checking in. Facebook. I hope you don't cancel us. Jess, where do we find you?
Jess Do It, JESSDUITT on all social, and my podcast Low Key.
I am that guy Kramer. So on Instagram is the best way, and then if you want to get me on Certified Mama's Boys, my podcast. So, all right, I'm tired. We're gonna go home. Thanks for being a part of it. We'll see y'all next week. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.